Hello.
How do you feel? Is this fun? You feel great?
Hello, welcome back, my bookworms.
Why are you way back here?
Hello, my bookworms. Sup, my bookworms. 2. Hello. Hello, my bookworms. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sydney.
And I'm Caleb.
We have a special video for you.
We do. Today's video we will be talking about a book haul. It's a book haul that we went to our local library. They do these sales every now and again. And we basically went thrifting for books today. Hold on. Intro video.
Intro video. Boom, ba-dum, boom.
Is that what it sounds like?
Mm-hmm.
It's Wave a Wish. So hey, what's up? How are you? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us for a little bit.
All right, so.
Okay, take it away.
All right, so this is the deal. The public library in your area of living probably does the same thing that our public library does, which is every few months or so, it decides to clear out some of its older inventory by doing a massive book sale for incredible prices.
Incredible.
And
paperbacks, $1.
Yeah.
Hardcover books, $3.
And then on Sunday, there's a $7 bag day.
Like you just fill up a bag.
For $7.
The whole
whatever
bag.
You can fit in it.
Whatever you can fit in the bag is $7.
Yeah, so crazy deals.
Crazy.
So we like to try and go every time this comes around because it's
phenomenal.
A great opportunity to
find some really obscure, weird books, but also finding things that like you and I might read.
Or you and I might read.
Wow. For great prices.
But definitely check it out and see if your local library does something similarly because it is fantastic.
And all the proceeds will go to your library.
Yes.
Oh wow, family portrait. And we're just gonna tell you what we got because there are some really cool books.
Welcome to our library book sale book haul.
Yeah. The first one, let me just start with one that I know you might know, and that is Pachinko by Min-Jin Lee. I found the hardcover version of it, there we go, because I have the paperback, and I have always loved this cover. It's focusing on my face. Caleb knows how to get the plastic off of these library books, so he will do that eventually. But I read Pachinko, I gave it 5 stars, I thought it was phenomenal, and I just really liked this version of the cover, so for $3 you can't really go wrong. This one basically follows a Korean family, like it's across generations of them like growing up and going through all of these life difficulties, and we're really just following them. It's just a story about their family. Some of the questions that it asks to spark interest is, what does it mean to be part of a nation, and what can one do to escape its tight, painful, familiar bonds? And it's just written really well. I love this book, and so I got another version of it.
All right, one thing that's great about these public library book sales is you can find a lot of strange things that maybe you wouldn't otherwise buy for yourself, but having them around or finding cool collections is definitely one of the perks. So while we were there, I found these, like a series. And there were literally, you know, a shelf full of these. A
whole shelf of them.
But they are kind of these fantasy, science fiction, short stories, you know, little collections that have various authors. I got a lot that had Isaac Asimov's short stories in them, but you also have like Ray Bradbury, you know, some no-name guys. Yeah, a lot of it's kind of like pulp science fiction, but
for example, is The Can of Worms. This one is Eidolon's The Moon's Twin. This one's super cool. It is Serenity, The Cold Cage, and my favorite, The Fax Man.
But obviously, I found this in one. These were books that you would like subscribe to for apparently like $14 or $17, and they would send you these in the mail. So I got a few of these because sometimes you just want to read like something short, sweet, simple, and kind of fun.
You can put him down now.
Okay.
The next one that we picked up is Mars, and it is a bunch of short stories translated, and it was published by the Feminist Press, so I'm guessing that there's like a bunch of women voices in here. And it says, Mars showcases a series of twisted universes where every character is tasked with making sense of their strange reality. One woman will be freed from purgatory while she writes the perfect book. Another abides in a world devoid of physical contact. The Balkans explores 21st century promises of knowledge, freedom, and power. And there is, wow, when was this published? Because there's a quote by Jeff Vandermeer on the back, and it says author of Annihilation, so it had to have been not too long ago. Oh, 2019.
Yeah, pretty contemporary.
The cover's really, really pretty, and the inside has like the same kind of vibe. Here we go.
In keeping with the science fiction themes, I also snagged this behemoth right here. Oh yeah, that is a flop.
I thought it was gonna hit me. Oh wait, just silence. Do it again.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is a huge book, and it is titled The Big Book. It should be the huge book, but it's the big book of science fiction.
Book.
So this is
very large book.
Very large book of science fiction.
Humongo.
It has
largest book.
So this book has all of the, heavy hitter science fiction names. We've got Isaac Asimov, Ray Bradbury, H.G. Wells, Philip K. Dick, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this. I think it's Shijin Liu, or Shijin Lee.
The author of The Three-Body Problem.
Yeah, The Three-Body Problem, which I really enjoyed.
And
this,
get this.
Get this, it was edited by Anne and Jeff Vandermeer. So
full circle.
They did Annihilation, and we both really liked
Jeff did Annihilation.
Jeff did Annihilation. We both really liked that. So I'm sure that this collection will not disappoint.
Like, are they short stories or?
I think some of them are short stories. There's got to be a couple novels in here as well because it's just so huge.
Beyond the Lies of Wub. Beyond Lies the Wub.
Beyond Lies the Wub.
To Bro to Be.
Oh, Kurt Vonnegut Jr.?
What?
Interesting.
Repent, Harley Quinn, said the TikTok man. Good news from the Vatican.
Interesting. New Rose Hotel.
Crying in the Rain.
Oh.
All the Hues of Hell, just to name a few.
Just to name a few. So yeah, very excited to page through this
cover.
one. Here is the cover. Very cool.
Okay. The next few that I'm gonna mention, it's kind of funny because I was sitting in the horror section of all of these books in, this library sale, and I looked to Caleb and I said, I don't know if I will ever read another Stephen King because I really had such a terrible experience with Misery. Not because it was a bad book, but because of the way that it made me feel. I didn't like it. But I did like his writing. Like, there's this weird feeling with Stephen King now for me. But I still bought some of his books.
Just some.
And by some, I mean quite a few. And my reasoning is because these old covers of Stephen King novels are, I think, phenomenal. I think they're beautiful. I think they're very obviously prehistoric and just lovely. Love it. So I've never even heard of this one, but I loved the cover, and it was The Dark Half. I love the two birds. I don't know. This was the first one that I picked up, and I was like, okay, fine. Like, I have no interest in reading this book by Stephen King. I think it sounds kind of stupid, but I love the cover. And it's Christine by Stephen King. I feel like some people have read this and felt that way, that it wasn't that great, or it's one of his weaker ones. But I really loved the cover. I thought that it was really cool. I love the little skull on the side here.
Make a cool t-shirt.
It would make a very cool t-shirt. The next one is The Wastelands. It's the third book in the Dark Tower series. I feel like I might be into possibly reading the Dark Tower series. And I know that this is book 3, so like I would need to read book 1 and 2, but like maybe I could thrift and find the other ones. That's kind of a goal because I like the covers. I think that they're kind of cool to have, and here it is. The next one is probably my favorite. It's Nightmares and Dreamscapes by Stephen King. I think this book is phenomenal. Looks beautiful. And this one is like short stories as well as the telescript that made home screen history, a poem, and an essay that Stephen King regards as his best nonfiction writing. Stephen King calls this extraordinary retrospective Nightmares and Dreamscapes, but don't let this title fool you. When you read it, sleep will be the furthest thing from your mind.
Ooh.
But I really, really liked this one.
Yeah.
And then the last one, if I were to ever read this book, it would have to be this version. So it's It by Stephen King. Look at it. It's so, like, not great, but that's what makes it great. And there were 2 pages that were missing. They were just folded inside. So I put them back in their rightful place. They were, like, folded in like the 700s of the book. But yeah, if I were to ever read It by Stephen King, now I have a copy that I would be happy to pick up. So here it is. But yeah, these were the Stephen King books that I got. Okay. Oh, and this one. Oh, this just fell off.
Yeah, so sometimes a lot of these books have seen better days.
This just snapped off.
Another reason why I love these library book sales is you get the weirdest. And coolest, like, editions of books. This is a Ray Bradbury collection. Wow, it's that glare is brutal.
He's learning, folks.
So as you can see, like, the copies of the books are really
cool.
Yeah, really interesting. And this is just a collection of short stories from him.
Who are you talking to? You talking to the book?
I'm talking to you, viewers, as I look
Tell
at this
them.
book.
Hold it up while you talk about it.
This is just a collection of short stories by Ray Bradbury. Again, really cool edition. It was hard to pass up.
I like that it has stickers on the back that says discard. Like, no one wanted this. Discard it.
We wanted it.
We wanted it. The first couple sentences of the synopsis I read earlier sounded really cool. It's a spaceship captain determined to gather a cupful of sun. A nubile?
I've never seen this word in my life. Nubile.
A nubile young witch who yearns to taste human love. An expedition that hunts dinosaurs across the fragile and dangerous chasm of time. These strange and wonderful tales of beauty and terror will transport you from the light to the dark, from inner space to the infinite, from the beginnings of time to the outermost limits of future. Wow.
Very cool.
The next one that was sitting on the shelf that I bought because it was only $3 was Final Girls by Rylee Sager. I keep buying his books even though I didn't love Home Before Dark because I didn't hate the writing in Home Before Dark, but I hated his ending and his plot twist. So I want to give him more shots, and I mean, this is sitting there for $3. So we have Final Girls by Rylee Sager. Should we do the best one?
We'll do the best
one.
The
best find.
The best find.
You ready?
Drum roll. It is
The Rainbow Book.
Ooh.
Wow. Wow.
Ooh.
Look at those edges. Wow.
Yes. So this
iconic
again is an example of the weird and crazy books that they are just offloading for $1. The Rainbow Book. A collection of essays, illustrations devoted to the rainbow in particular, and spectral sequences in general, focusing upon the meaning of color both physically and metaphysically, from ancient to modern times. It is a veritable encyclopedia of rainbow lore. The art of the rainbow, including myths, magic, paintings, prints, and poems. The physics of the spectrum of light, color, and the stars, and the music of the spheres. It includes poems by Virgil, Dante, Blake, Keats, Wordsworth, and others, paintings by a lot of painters' names I can't pronounce, and a whole bunch of other cool things. Let me just show you, alright, if you didn't notice, the pages are obviously dedicated to each color of the rainbow, and just to give you a taste of what is inside this book.
Taste it.
You've got all of these beautiful...
Are you tasting it?
Images. I mean, literally. No. I kept the spot. So this is a very old book, and you've got to be very gentle handling them. I'm afraid to open it up now. To to show you, so you're gonna have to trust me. So a lot of really cool art and essays and things devoted to the rainbow.
Rainbow.
Rainbow. Very cool, very weird. Not something you're gonna find in
Anywhere.
a Barnes and Noble.
The next one I was super jazzed about. Caleb wasn't until I made him read the synopsis.
I stand corrected.
Hardcover books were $3. This one was $4 because it was so special. I splurged a little on this $4 book. But it is called Masquerade. And just take a look at this cover. It's absolutely bizarre. And apparently, when was this published? 1980. So when this book was published in 1980, there was some sort of like puzzle and quest and competition basically to where in this book there's some sort of riddle that the readers, us, were supposed to try to figure out. And the last paragraph of the synopsis says, solutions to the riddle can be sent to Kit Williams, the author. Kit Williams will send, at his expense, an airline ticket to England to the person who solves the riddle.
You get to go hang out with Kit Williams in England.
If you figure out where the jewel is. So here, let me read it to you. Somewhere in Britain, Jack Hare lost the moon's gift. The golden hair shone above, adorned with the precious stones and faience, a rare compound used by the ancient Egyptians to grace the pharaohs. The extraordinary jewel, made by Kit Williams out of 18-karat gold, lies buried in a ceramic container bearing the following inscription. I am the keeper of the jewel of Masquerade, which lies waiting safe inside me for you or eternity. The precise location of the jewel is told in Masquerade by means of clues both visual and verbal. The jewel will belong to whoever discovers its hiding place. No knowledge of British geography is required. Kit Williams has said that the riddle could be solved by a child of 10 as easily as by a college graduate. So I wonder if there was actually a jewel somewhere in Britain.
Buried somewhere.
Super
International treasure.
The pictures in here are like super detailed and so pretty and also super weird. Absolutely bizarre. I have no idea, and I think that it is... What?
See, I thought it was a children's book, and it might be, but these photos are like surrealistic and a little bit unnerving.
Yeah, like, I am very excited to read this.
Dear reader, if you were to read this book again, you might discover when and where the hare lost the jewel. If you do, then go and find it and keep it to yourself. But remember, the best of men is only a man at best, and a hare, as everyone knows, is only a hare.
So apparently the bunny, or the hare in this book, at some point in this book, lost the jewel, and you were supposed to find out, like, at what point he lost the jewel and where the jewel actually is, maybe in real life?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Some weird fiction. Hi.
Govlin. Why are you so cute? Your head is literally on Dad's chest. But yeah, so this one was super stoked about it.
So, you know, obviously with rock bottom prices, it is a little hard to say no to some of the things that typically I would not, you know, buy. Like this, for instance, it is Turkish miniatures, all right, from the 13th to the 18th century. Now, it is just a little tiny, slim book, right? But it has all of these beautiful kind of old pieces of Turkish art in it. As like a coffee table book or something that you can set on a bedside table. It's really nice to flip through and just get inspired or, you know, learn a little something about history. So again, for $1, you
Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. I've got a few others very similar to that.
Yeah, Caleb really is the one that balled out today.
Sorry. We'll tell you how much we spent on all of this, by the way, at the end of the video.
Yeah.
So I don't have a copy of Hamlet by Shakespeare. I really like Hamlet. It's probably my favorite of his plays. So again, like to add that to the bookshelf and would love to give this another read sometime soon. Also another impulse decision.
And we were literally walking to check out.
We were walking to check out and I saw this Grey's Anatomy. All right, it is the medical encyclopedia. Now, I'm not a doctor, okay? She handles the medical stuff in this here family. So this book's full of really cool anatomical drawings and, you know, obviously it would be great reference material if you were a doctor or something, but
also an artist.
If you're an artist or appreciate anatomical drawings like myself, then this is is just a staple, and you can't say no.
You could.
You could, but I didn't. You know, a huge medical anthology. That's what I decided to spend money on today.
And I said yes because it's called Grey's Anatomy, and we are binge watching Grey's Anatomy at this point in time.
Yeah.
So, fine. Next, we have...
Next up, speaking of really beautiful art, this book, Dancing with Shiva.
So this on the spine, it basically says master course. So I believe that it's like the master course of how to live your life in the eyes of Shiva and the Hindu culture. And it's very interesting. All of the pictures in it are absolutely stunning.
Stunning. Hold on. Let's just, hopefully the pages don't fall out of this one. Full color, you know, a book like this would typically cost a pretty penny.
At least $40.
Yeah. I mean, like, literally, nice glossy pages. Pictures abound.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And Caleb took religious studies in college, so he's very much interested in these cultures and, religions. So
I love collecting any religious book that I can get my hands on. So this is definitely
a great find.
A good one to add to the collection. That was it?
That was it.
All right.
So
you want to just stack them?
Yeah, let's
try and do this.
So we got all of these books, all of these, for $38. That's the price of like 2 hardcover books, maybe just 1 hardcover book from Barnes & Noble. $38 for 22 books.
Insane.
Insane. Avi can't believe it.
Shocked.
Look at her. You haven't been in a video in a while, have you? Neither has he. But yeah, absolutely insane. We had a great time, always do, at those sales. It's fun to just walk around and see what's for sale and what's available.
Treasure hunt. Great
way of saying it. That's all we have for you today. Did you have anything else to say?
Definitely check out your local public library. You definitely get some, you know, books that have seen better days, but I think that the added character is something to almost be desired.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're giving these books that would be trash another life, and you're donating to your
local library.
So it is a win-win-win.
So that's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us for a little bit. If you are still watching, then leave a rainbow.
Ooh.
The rainbow emoji.
A rainbow emoji.
Down below in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I always appreciate your support. And of course, be kind to one another and happy reading. Bye.